Dear Amy Duggar King, I have to talk to you this evening. I have been sitting here all day. I've been watching your tweets, the things you're saying about your family, the famous Duggar family. And you can heed me or not heed me. I'm Suzanne Tidkemeyer. I formerly wrote for Pathos for almost 10 years about the quiverful movement and the toxicity contained within. I lived the quiverful life for more than 15 years. And I'm disturbed by the same things you are, but there's a big difference between you and I. I don't have an entire group of relatives, blood relatives that are struggling with this. So I'm not saying all these things that you've said today that I'm watching and I'm just incredulous over, saying that um, kids are not supposed to be built in babysitters. You said that people are supposed to watch their own kids, that people are supposed to be allowed to have normal adolescence. I agree with you on all of those things. But here's the thing, you're saying this about your family, your blood family, the people you say you love. And it just feels like it's sour grapes yet again, like you were going after other people in the family before. This week has been a week or several weeks if you put your foot in your mouth. Please stop saying stuff about your family. I'm actually worried for you. I know you've been hanging around without a box of Kleenex. We all know what she's like. Whenever you hang around her, I've noticed you tend to make mean girl not compliments, mean girl comments afterwards. I have to apologize. I am so full of allergy pills because the mango trees are blooming here in Costa Rica right now that I'm just goofy. But I'm not so goofy to see that the things you're saying about your family just comes across as mean girl. We all agree with you on those points about children having adolescences and not being pressed into live-in babysitters. You're right about that. Mothers should raise their own children with minimal help from the other children. That's kind of a given. But right now, it just feels mean and snarky and like you should just give it a rest. I have probably been as critical of your family as anybody when I was writing at Pathos about the Quiverful movement. But here's the thing, you could dislike the theology without hating the people. That was one of my problems I had with the way that this whole thing was covered by without a box of Kleenex. The things she said could have real world consequences for those kids that have no choice. They don't have the choices that you have. They're stuck there. They're having what we have left referred to as bonded choice. They have bonded choice, which is no choice at all. It means that they have to spout the party line. They have to say all the things that their father, their great patriarch, tells them to say. They have to toe the line or he doesn't pay the bills. That's no choice, that's bonded choice. Now, I applaud your cousin Jill and Derek. Would I like to see them not be so hateful about homosexuality? Absolutely. But I think knowing what they've come through, because I've had to leave that myself, it's a huge thing. And I think that throwing these snarky comments at the family, the only thing you're going to do is you're going to drive away those who are still there that need help, that needs an understanding ear to talk to about the things that they're thinking right now, the things they're going through. They need you to love them, not throw shade at them in front of the entire world. Can we stop doing that? It's just gotten ridiculous. I know that you are good friends with Without a Box of Kleenex. I'm urging you to rethink that. It just makes you meaner, I've noticed. That's when these comments come out, when you've been hanging around with her, talking to her quite a bit. There are way better people out there you could be fooling with than her. She is exploiting you for what information that she can get about your family. You're her only source. I don't know how frequently you're talking to her now, but we've seen this, all of us, again and again with her. She's not going to tell you this, but I was involved in her training with Pathos because I'd been there forever, and she came on as a newbie. And I talked to her quite a bit in the early days. She's going to she tells everybody that she doesn't know who I am. Yet I talked to her all the time there for quite a while. And yeah, it can bring out your mean side when you do that. I regret that I told her some things that unnamed Duggar insiders had told me once upon a time, and she has made hay with those things and thrown them out again and again and again. But unlike me, she threw them out with names. Here's the thing, I could have done NLQ, no longer quivering, where I was writing, much differently. I could have published every single rumor about your family, but I chose not to. I chose to publish mostly things that I could confirm, not random speculations from everybody on the internet, because it's just not, it's too easy to get sued. You look at Without a Box of Kleenex right now. She's currently embroiled in something like 7 lawsuits. I'm not really sure how many. And there's a looming class action lawsuit coming. So, this is somebody that harasses others to get the information, that makes up a lot of things. It does a lot of things that aren't so very ethical. Hell, I'm not even sure she ever read the Pathos Best Practices Handbook. So, this is me yet again begging you to rethink what you're saying about your family and your friendship with the Queen of the Mean Girls. But what do I know? I'm just an old lady living here in Costa Rica. Please think about it.